Hi class, welcome to week 3. As always, when you get into our shell, make sure that you go to the announcements tab and review if there's any new announcements that you might have missed. Let's look at week 3 and see what we have this week. We'll be talking about meditation and Christian imagery for Christian clients. If you look into the readings folder, you'll find the lecture notes. Remember that these lecture notes will be utilized on the final examination, and that does list it right here that you're going to need to know these things for the final exam. You're going to look at Chapter 2 and Rediscovering Christ the Healer and the Developmental Models of Spiritual Dimension. As well, there's various videos for you to review in the Videos tab. There's 2 of them. And regarding what is graded this week, you have the CALT paper that is due Saturday by midnight, and then the discussion boards. With the discussion boards, there's 2 of them. Make sure that you respond your initial posting Thursday by midnight and respond to at least 3 of your peers Sunday by midnight. So the CALT paper is due Saturday by midnight, and the discussion boards are the same. Your initial post is Thursday by midnight and respond to at least 3 peers on both of the boards Sunday by midnight. I will post a curveball question midweek. If you decide to respond to the curveball, that will count towards one of your 3 response postings. There are the various details about the discussion boards. And then finally, if you look at your CALT paper below, again, this is due Saturday by midnight. I have that highlighted there. You can click on the CALT research paper document. It will show you a rubric of how I will be grading this paper. And then also to look at the various content that is expected in your CALT research paper. So looking at a toxic belief system, we talked about this in week 2. So hopefully this helped to spur some interest into this. Make sure you know the CALT attributes coming from scholarly research sources. So not websites. These should be journal articles. This is the first part of the paper and discussing the research that you found. Then choose a specific CALT. Describe the CALT, the methods of action, the toxic effects, and the methods of treatment used for survivors. So once again, make sure these are journal articles, scholarly sources. I don't want to see websites. And then your conclusion. It talks more about what should be seen throughout this paper. A good paper should have 5 to 8 references of journal articles, follow APA rules, and it should be 4 to 5 pages in length. So once again, we talked about it a lot in class last week. Lecture notes have some examples for this as well. Make sure that you utilize citations, and also it's important to know that this goes through Turnitin. So that being said, Turnitin compares your paper to a database of other papers. If there is substantial evidence that your paper has information from other papers, it will show up in your similarity index. We want your similarity originality index to be as low as possible. So work to utilize your own words. It talks about here, do not plagiarize. So you cannot use more than 3 words in a row from another publication without opening and closing quote marks. If it's not your original thought, you need to cite it. It is best to paraphrase and make sure that you're not really stating someone else's thoughts. And if you do, there should be quotes. It talks about you make sure to only use a couple of small quotes per page or more than 2 40+ word quotes per paper. So that's pretty big. So the main goal is to utilize your own words so we know that you're understanding the material, that you're getting it, but to really make sure that you also cite when utilizing someone else's work. If you plagiarize and your originality index is high, you might fail the paper. So I'm just really putting this out there, not to scare you, but to let you know that it does go through Turnitin, and I want all of you to be successful. So that is what we have this week. The discussion boards, the CALT paper, those are the main subjects assigned. If you want to look ahead to some of your other papers, that would be of your best interest as well. But make sure that you get these turned on time. The CALT paper Saturday by midnight, and the discussion boards is always Thursday, the initial post, at least responding to 3 peers Sunday by midnight. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help, okay? Thank you.